In today's episode, we're going to talk about the security breach in Ledger and can you still use it? And also, we're going to dive into, is meme coins something you should be investing in or not? So with that being said, let's dive into it. So the first part that we're going to dive into now, before the news and everything, is our trading section. It is the Buffalo strategy, which we do on stocks. And then we have two investing strategies, one on cryptos and one on stocks as well, that we'll dive into also. But if we start, we have seen now that we've taken a 1% profit on MPVR. It was down to a 2%, so we moved the stop loss down. That is what we call trade management. So never turn, you can write this down, never turn a winning trade into a losing trade. And you can only do that by moving your stop loss and ensuring and you get the profits. And besides from that, there's not much to do. We still are up 2% on SBGI. And we had a no trade on AVID, so AVID, and we had a no trade on INCY as well. And you might ask why. And the reason is because we always place a stop order, so we need the market to move in our direction before we get in. And that's the whole intention here. So if it keeps moving down, we don't get into the trade. So then we also have ACM. We're in that now in a slight loss, so you can now do your research. And if you think this looks like a good opportunity, you can of course get into this as well. And then we're also in SHLS, which is also, but this is a downward trending stock instead. So you can see here we have a nice downward trend, 3 bounces, a nice channel. And this looks to be going down, but we will see, because we never know if it's going to go up or down, which is why we have a stop loss. And with our trading, we never risk more than 1%. And before we move into the new opportunities, now there are some really exciting news that I want to share with you that actually could trigger a new bull market or a new wave, a new bull cycle, a new upward trending cycle in the stock market. Because the earnings seasons has now passed for Q1 there, where the companies report how much profits or loss they made. And 92% of the companies in the S&P 500 actually reported earnings for the first quarter. And out of these companies, over 78 of them actually exceeded the expectations and actually gave greater earnings than was anticipated. And I think that is just amazing to see. Now, I have a question I want to ask you, so please comment below. Is that because they were just incredible earnings? Or is the reason that the analysts lowered the target so much so it was inevitable they would beat it? I will leave that question to you. What do you think? We believe that the analysts lowered the target quite a bit, which meant that they now exceed expectations, but it's still really positive. So this positive news, including with that inflation is now getting to a good level, and it looks like Fed will stop to raise rates in maybe in the shorter term at least. So with that being said, we actually do believe that the rest of this year, we might see some downside of course, but we do believe that this year will actually end higher. We believe there's good buying opportunities in the market and that the market now on these news have a good start to go higher. So if nothing unexpected happens, that is what we think will happen as well. And then the two new opportunities we're looking at for this reason is one, upward trending. We always want to be hedged. So we're looking at CME Group. This is a giant company and a big institutions when it comes to finance. And it's looking to be at the support, a good upward trending stock, and we believe it can go our way. So we're placing a stop order above the last candle here. And then we have DLTR, Dollar Tree. It's proven not to be that big of a dollar tree in the past here, so we're placing a short order on this one. So, which means we want to make money as it goes lower. So now let's swiftly jump into cryptos. What is happening with Ledger? And the first thing I do want to mention here is when we now look at Bitcoin, I want to zoom out a little bit just to show you what is happening in the crypto market and what we are seeing, and maybe some similarities with the market back in 2019. So look at this here. We have seen in 2017, it doesn't look exactly the same perhaps, but we saw a very famous pattern. We saw it was rounding off. We saw a little move to the side, which actually, if you think about it, looks like a cup. Right? You can see here the coffee cup. So it's a cup and handle pattern. And now it actually looks to be forming something similar. So we have this big rounding pattern, and now we have the handle being formed. So if Bitcoin can break above 30,000, we think it's very high probability it will go up towards $44,000-$45,000. So we will see if that happens. So let's hope that the cup and handle pattern do play out. There is a 70% probability that it will. But besides from that, the market has really been moving sideways. And the two pieces of news I do want to mention for you is that Ledger. This is one of the cold wallets, and the whole purpose with cryptos is the decentralization, and that you actually hold your keys. It's like you having the money actually in a vault in your home and no one can steal your coins. But now news came out that Ledger said that, well, we actually have a backdoor into everyone's wallets. And what that means is that they can essentially go in and take your cryptos if they need to. They said it's not a problem, they're not going to do it. So currently we are researching new wallets to see which one we want to use. We are using Ledger currently and Trezor, but that is a big piece of news. Have they been compromised? And can we still be using them? We're going to be updating you on Trades of the Week to see how that story develops as well. But currently we're still using them and we're researching what to do next. Because it might be a problem, because if they can steal your cryptos, what's the point of using a Ledger then? So that is just one thing to keep in mind with those. Now, the second piece here is that there are two tokens I want to talk about today. So that's the big news. And then we think, with the banking situation, there's a big probability that Bitcoin will go up as well. The pattern looks bullish. The market does look quite bullish actually. So we'll see how it develops. We could see a little move down before a continuation higher, as we've spoken about before. Could go down a bit and then break higher. So I think we will go over 30,000 in not a too distant future. And the two coins I want to talk about today, the first one is Matic. Matic has really gone lower, and we are in this all the way down to a 73% drop. And we believe this is an amazing opportunity now. We are at a good level of support. And not only that, they are actually moving over and creating an even better and faster layer 2 solution for Ethereum. So the more Ethereum grows, the more Ethereum will grow as well. And there is one big area that I want to talk about as well. That is meme coins. So looking at meme coins, this is Pepe. And Pepe is a meme coin, which essentially means they have a symbol of a dog, or this is pepperoni or something. No, not really. It's another dog as well. So like Dogecoin is the most famous example. And literally they have a symbol, a meme of something, and that is it. That's the entire use case. So Pepe was the latest one that could really pump, and from the launch went up quite a bit. But then it's now down over 65% from that point, luring a lot of investors in. So meme coins is something we are staying away from. We believe that the meme coin game is gambling. I'm not speaking about anything else than this is our opinion. So we will invest into projects that has longevity and they actually solve a real problem in the world. So, and yes, cryptos are gaming and it's games and all that as well. So as long as there's a big community behind, like Elon Musk behind Dogecoin, of course they might go up in value. But longer term, we don't see it. So those are the two coins I want to speak about today. Now, we also want to jump swiftly into the VCA section. And looking at PayPal, we added another entry. It's down 80%. It's looking to be turning slightly now, which is great news. So this is one that we have invested into now all the way down. So that's a new opportunity there. So if you're not in PayPal, it's down 80%. I think that's a great opportunity to jump into if you're not in it. And then on CRM, we moved the stop loss now to up to 20% profit. So that's where we're keeping it with our investing strategy, the VCA strategy for stocks. And Microsoft, we have the stop loss at 20% as well. And with Coinbase, we entered at minus 43%. It was more than a week ago, I just want to remind you. And with the crypto market, Coinbase is looking to go a lot higher as well, we believe. And then we had MicroStrategy last week. We entered at minus 43%. From the previous high. So well done if you got into this. This is also a crypto play and will go up if the crypto market goes up as well. And the last one I do want to mention, and when it comes down to the stocks, we are actually avoiding We are avoiding banks still because they are in trouble, a lot of the banks. We don't want to get into those. We can trade them in the shorter term, but we don't want to get in the longer term. And since the banks and that market is so unstable, we do want to hedge ourselves, which is why today we are looking at gold and silver. Gold and silver are looking to be breaking out from an all-time high, and we think that will happen very soon. And if they are, if we just have a look at the gold chart, you can see that we are very close. It's a really bullish chart. We might go down a bit, but I do believe we're going to break up to the upside eventually. And that's really, really exciting if we do. And some of these companies, like PAAS, will go up in value then as well. One of the actually really good silver miners. So they specialize in silver, and if gold goes up, silver go up, and then PAAS will do really well as a result also. So they own a lot of silver mines. And now, on a support level, being down 20% from its high, we believe that is a really, really good opportunity. And as of the results, today we're closing 1% on the Buffalo, taking that up to an 80.28% profit on the entire portfolio since August 2020. And on the VCA, 2,319% on the money invested. And with cryptos, we're down a little bit on the position so far. And with that being said, though, we are now averaging in. So if we get the cryptos to move up, we're going to be in profit and really add to these profits as well. So if you do really want to diversify and invest like the best investors and traders in the world, do diversify into gold, into silver, and into cryptocurrencies, as well as stocks, and don't have all your eggs in one basket.